Time Traveling Treasures. I went to an estate sale over the weekend and they had a fill a bag special. So this is the second video in the series. I did the first bag in a previous video, so I'll make sure that I link up and make sure that you have access to that, or you can just go back to my channel and look for it there. But this is the second bag. To give you a little background, if you haven't seen the first video, I went to an estate sale. I saw it online. I get notifications, and they had said that they were going to have a special on the last day, but they didn't really say what it was going to be. I have a tendency to kind of go on the last day towards the end of the day because there's a good chance that you're going to get a really, really good deal, especially with estate sales if there's a lot of stuff. If there's some things where it's a smaller collection, I might go the first day just to make sure that I get some of the pieces that I have my eye on. But if it's just one of those houses where there's just so much stuff and the place is just packed, I know there's a really good chance that if I wait until the last day, not only will there still be good stuff, but I'll also get it at a really discounted price. So that was the case. I showed up and they gave you a paper bag, like a grocery bag, to fill it up, and it was $10 a bag. So whatever you could get in the bag, you paid $10 for. So that was quite the challenge. I could have walked away with many more than 2 bags, but I ended up being a very good girl and I got 2 bags. So this is the second bag that I got. If you go to the first video, you can get a little bit more of the story of how we made it all work and how we got everything into the bags. But keep in mind, everything I'm about to show you, I got into one grocery bag. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you 2 items that I'm keeping for myself. And this is kind of a theme. It seems like every video I do, there's always something that I end up keeping for myself. But isn't that kind of what we do? You know, yeah, we're out and we're thrifting and we're trying to find things to resell and pass on to other people. But we find things that we like, that fits into our collection, or things that we just can't part with. So this is the case with these 2 items. So a little bit of a background story. About 20 years ago, dare I say, yeah, it was 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, I was at an estate auction, or an antique auction, and they had this framed with a nice mahogany frame, vintage art poster, like an advertising poster. And so that's always kind of been what my dining room theme has been geared around, is that poster. It's kind of been the inspiration. So when I found these plates, even though they're modern, or fairly modern by my standards, I had to get them because they matched perfectly. So that's the first one. And then there's this one. And as you can see, it's Pottery Barn. And you'll notice that there's a lot of thrift store stickers on these. I did get them at an estate sale. Apparently the person who lived there was a collector, and so they had, a lot of the stuff had thrift tags on them, which is kind of neat to see that, you know, there's another collector or thrifter, maybe even a reseller, I don't know. But some of them still had the tags still on them. Okay, so those 2 I'm keeping for myself. We'll just get them out of the way, right? So these Steins mugs, it's a salt glaze. That poor guy, he's just trying to nap and they're messing with him. Just leave him alone, let him nap, right? Okay, so this particular pattern, I have 3 of, so I will probably sell the 3 of them together. I also, funny enough, I have a plate that's exactly like that, that same pattern. I have like a dinner plate size of that pattern. So it's kind of neat to find more of that pattern in a completely different place like months later. So I'm not going to show you the other two, just they all look alike. So the next ones I show you, they're going to be the ones that were the unique pieces that didn't have a match. So this is another pub scene, but it's a little different. I love the handles. It's like a tree bark. And this is another pub scene. And the last one is really different because it's not even a pub scene at all. I'm guessing this is an elk or a deer. I don't think it's a moose, but it might be a moose. I'm thinking of it being Germany. They have elks, I think, is more of a thing. I don't know. It's a pretty animal. Oh, and the bottoms. So that's those. Those Steins took up most of the bag. They were on the bottom, so they were the foundation. And they pretty much took up half the bag. So anything that we were able to stack on top of the Steins is what we had left to work with. But we did pretty good. We did all right. This was a run into the register. We have an extra space. Let's throw something in there. But my fella found this and he's like, oh, I like that. That's cute. So he did a good job. And it's unmarked, but now that I think about it, he'd probably get really upset if I said that he thought it was cute, because I think he said it's nice, because he probably wouldn't say that a vase was cute, because he'd probably say it was nice. Keeping with the theme of modern, more modern things, this is another exception I make. The company Valerian Bach they've been around for a very, very long time, but a lot of they're still making beautiful pieces currently. But whenever I run across that company, I always snag it because it does really well for resale. And a lot of the pieces are discontinued and people are looking for them. So it's really good to find pieces that aren't overpopulated, that you can help people find things that they need to complete their set. So this is the China Blue pattern, and it's Einrich, it's Germany. And this is the sugar bowl. And I have the creamer. I really like the shape of it. That's the... And the creamer doesn't say Valerian Bach, the other pieces do. And these are they're like salad plates, and there's 5 of these. So I'll probably list those, the plates as a set, and then the creamer and sugar as a set, and have them as 2 different listings. Okay, let me rearrange. This set I adored. I saw it from across the room and it was like meant to be. We just came towards each other. Actually, it just stayed there. But like, isn't this pretty? I thought that it was really unique because a lot of tea sets, it's very heavily flowered, but this is more, it's almost contemporary. And it's got the detail on the side. And I love the little foot on it. So it comes with the cup and the saucer. And this is the snack plate, dessert plate. And it's Bavarian. So that's the 3 pieces together. And there is one more piece, and it's this. I really liked this bowl. I thought the design was really unique. It's kind of got the Greek key border, and then it's got, I'm gonna go with pheasants, perhaps. And even the outside is decorated. And this is another one that has the Goodwill sticker still on it. But that's the bottom. So, I do believe that is all. I said that I would probably figure out how well I did on each piece if I take into account how many pieces I was able to get into the bag. The first one and the second one is pretty close. So they ended up being about 50 cents a piece, which as a reseller, that's a really, really good cost to invest into, especially for the things that I got. I will absolutely make my money back. And the best part for me is passing it on to someone who may be looking for it and can give it some love and let it start the next journey. So that's everything that I got at the estate sale. I appreciate you spending time with me and seeing what I got. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much for being here.